In this section, we are going to go through user and group management review questions.
Let's look at the first question. What group type in Microsoft 365 provides a shared workspace for email, conversations, files, and calendar events? The right answer is Office 365 Group, or it is known as Microsoft 365 Group. Let's look at question number 2. Which of the following is not a zero trust principle? The correct answer is block mobile devices. Let's look at question number 3. Which of the following is not a component of zero trust deployment? The one which is not a component is culture. Let's look at question number 4. A successful zero trust strategy requires seamless and flexible access to applications, systems, and data while maintaining security for both users and resources. Which of the following lists the 5 steps to securing identity infrastructure in a zero trust model? The right answer is strengthen your credentials, reduce attack surface area, automate threat response, increase awareness, and enable user self-help. Let's look at question number 5. Which of the following are acceptable cloud-only authentication scenarios for Microsoft 365? You need to select 2 options. The correct answer is password hash sync with seamless single sign-on and pass-through authentication with seamless single sign-on. And the last question is, which of the following are Azure AD Connect feature? You need to select 3 answers. The first correct answer is password synchronization, then it is group write back, and the last option is directory extension attribute sync.
In this section, we are going to go through identity synchronization and protection question answers.
Let's look at the first question. Which statement about the default password policy settings for Microsoft 365 users is correct? The correct answer is passwords expire after 90 days and user receive notification expiration 14 days before it occurs. Let's look at question number 2. Which of the following is not a valid second factor authentication for a user who has been enabled for multi-factor authentication? The correct answer is encryption code in the text file. Let's look at question number 3. If you delete users in your on-premises Active Directory and the deletion is synchronized to Office 365, the user object is put in a deleted state and no longer appears in the users list. Which Windows PowerShell commandlet can you use for resetting a user? The correct answer is restore-ms-all user. Let's look at question number 4. Which Windows PowerShell commandlet triggers a manual full directory synchronization? The correct answer is start-adsync sync cycle policy type initial. Let's have a look at the 5th question. Your organizations want additional Azure AD Connect servers to mitigate disaster recovery scenarios. How can this be achieved? The correct answer is install additional Azure AD Connect servers in staging mode. Let's look at question number 6. When planning Azure AD Connect directory synchronization, deciding which object to use as the source anchor attribute is important. How will the source anchor attribute be used? The correct answer is the source anchor attribute is required for matching both the source and the target object, thereby linking both objects together.
In this section, we are going to go through module 3, which is identity and access management review questions.
Let's look at the first question. Preventing data exfiltration is most effective when a data classification scheme is used in combination with which of the following? The correct answer is data loss prevention. Question number 2. Which of the following payloads can be delivered through malware? The answers are rootkit, Trojan horse, and spyware. Let's look at question number 3. Which of the following strategies can be used to help prevent data deletion? The correct answers are elevation of privilege and build redundancies into data management processes. Question number 4. Which of the following statements are true regarding data spillage? Select 3. Correct answers are Documents that contain data such as credit cards can be protected using data loss prevention policies. Data spillage is either malicious or non malicious. And the third answer is data spillage occurs when data crosses a boundary of control. Let's look at question number 5. Which of the following strategies can be used to help prevent malicious elevation of privilege? Select 3. Answers are multi-factor authentication, minimize the number of global admin members to no less than 2 and no more than 5, and minimize the use of multiple users logging on to the same computer. Let's look at question number 6. Which of the following are common intentions of a spoofing campaign? The answers are spear phishing, walling malware delivery, and minimize the use of multiple users logging on to the same computer. Let's look at question number 7. Fill in the blanks. Malware uses code to exploit a user's computer by using either dash or dash to plant a payload. The correct answer is JavaScript and macros. Question number 8. Account credentials and personal computers can become compromised through which of the following methods? 3 answers. Select 3 answers. Phishing, spoofing, and malicious attachments. Let's look at question number 9. Which of the following features are designed to prevent malware by protecting users from malicious email and attachment? Select 2. Advanced threat protection and exchange online protection.
In this section, we are going to go through Module 4 Knowledge Check. Module 4 is about security in Microsoft 365.
Let's look at the first question. Which of the following is an email protection feature in the Exchange Online Protection Service that detects messages with spam or malware that previously went undetected and were delivered to users' inboxes? The correct answer is ZAP. Let's look at question number 2. Which mechanism in the anti-malware pipeline is effective in catching up to 80% of commodity malware coming into Office 365 network? The correct answer is signature-based antivirus scanners. Let's look at question number 3. You need to create a policy that will block malicious attachments while delivering the message body to the recipient regardless of a message delivery. Which policy option should you choose? The correct answer is dynamic delivery. Let's look at question number 4. What is the term for malware with an unknown signature? Correct answer is zero-day attack. Let's look at question number 5. Your organization uses Exchange Online Protection and Advanced Threat Protection. What should you implement to enhance your protection against phishing in your organization? The correct answer is safe links. Question number 6. You need to modify your safe attachment policies to protect certain users from repeated attacks using the same malware attachments. Which option should you select? The correct answer is block. Question number 7. What is the first line of defense in the EOP, which is Exchange Online Protection and Advanced Threat Protection anti-malware pipeline? The correct answer is IP and center reputation. Question number 8. Microsoft Defender ATP uses which of the following technologies built into Windows 10? You need to select 3 answers. The first option is cloud security analytics, then threat intelligence, and endpoint behavioral sensors. Let's look at the last question. What type of devices should use Windows Application Guard? Select 3. Enterprise mobile laptops, personal devices, and bring your own devices mobile laptops.
In this section, we are going to go through threat protection question answers.
Let's look at the first question. If a user wants to access a specific company resource, what should you configure if you want users to authenticate by using MFA? The correct answer is conditional access policy. Let's look at question number 2. Which of the following best describes outside partner collaboration in the context of Azure B2B collaboration? The correct answer is the partner uses their own identity management solution, so there is no external administrative overhead for your organization. Let's look at the third question. Which of the following is something you cannot do with role based access control or RBAC? The correct answer is allow external access to resources in Microsoft Teams.
In this section, we are going to go through Module 6 Knowledge Check. The questions are around threat management.
Let's look at the first question. Which of the following is necessary to conduct security operations with Azure Sentinel? The correct answer is Log Analytics Workspace. Let's look at question number 2. Azure Sentinel's hunting, search, and query tools are based on which of the following? The correct answer is Meter Framework. Question number 3. Which of the following are valid built in Azure Sentinel roles? Select 3. Correct answers are Azure Sentinel Reader, Azure Sentinel Responder, and Azure Sentinel Contributor. Question number 4. Which of the following is a collection of procedures that can run from Azure Sentinel in response to an alert? The correct answer is Playbook. Question number 5. Which Microsoft 365 security feature consumes billions of signals across the Microsoft 365 network, leverages artificial intelligence along with machine learning capabilities, and integrates this data across different security products to address different attack scenarios? The correct answer is Microsoft Graph. Let's look at question number 6. Which technology detects multiple types of suspicious activities, focusing on several phases of cyber attack kill chain? The correct answer is Advanced Threat Analytics.
In this section, we are going to go through Cloud Application Security Review questions. This is Module 7.
Let's look at the first question. Microsoft Cloud App Security collects information from which of the following sources? The correct answers are Microsoft 365 and Azure Logs. Let's look at question number 2. App connectors use which of the following from cloud app providers to integrate the Cloud App Security Cloud with other cloud apps? The correct answer is APIs. Let's look at question number 3. Microsoft Team for Analytics has an extensive and continuously growing list of thousands of cloud apps that are ranked and scored based on industry standards available in which of the following? The correct answer is Cloud App Catalog. Question number 4. Microsoft Cloud App Security Conditional Access App Control utilizes which of the following to give you the tools you need to have real-time visibility and control over access to and activities performed within your cloud environment? The right answer is Reverse Proxy Architecture. Let's look at question number 5. You can use which of the following to define your users' behavior in the cloud and detect risky behavior, violations, or suspicious data points and activities in your cloud environment? The correct answer is policies. Let's look at question number 6. You must have at least one of the following roles in the Azure Active Directory or Office 365 in order to set up Cloud App Security. Select 2. The correct answer is Global Administrator and Security Administrator.
In this section, we are going to go through Mobility question answers. This is Module 8.
Let's look at question number 1. Which app can be used for enrolling Android, iOS, and Windows 10 devices to MDM? The correct answer is Company Portal app. Question number 2. You work for a company called Contoso, and Contoso is using Intune for managing their Windows 10, Android, and iOS devices. You notice that several users are accessing company resources from devices that they don't enroll to Intune. You need to ensure that users can access company resources only from enrolled devices. What should you configure in Intune? The correct answer is Conditional Access Policy. Question number 3. Which device type requires that Intune have an APN certificate to be able to manage the devices? The correct answer is iOS. Question number 4. Alright, which DNS record type must you add to the DNS zone if you want to enable users to enroll their Windows 10 devices by using auto discovery? The correct answer is CNAME. Question number 5. Your company is using Microsoft Intune for device management, and you need to identify devices that are jailbroken or don't use encryption to protect local data. What should you create in Intune? The correct answer is device compliance policy. Let's look at question number 6. Which device type can be automatically enrolled to MDM through the device enrollment program? Correct answer is iOS. Question number 7. Your company's users are using several types of devices that are running different operating systems. Since you have configured integration between Azure AD and Intune, you need to select a device that can be automatically enrolled to Intune when you join it to Azure AD. Which device should you choose? The correct answer is Windows 10. Let's look at question number 8. You work for a company called Contoso, and Contoso is using Intune to manage their Windows 10, Android, and iOS devices. You notice that several users are accessing company resources from devices that are not enrolled to Intune. You need to ensure that users can access company resources only from enrolled devices. What should you configure in Intune? The correct answer is conditional access policy. Let's look at the last question. Your company is using Microsoft Intune for mobile device management, and you need to identify devices that are jailbroken or don't use encryption to protect local data. What should you create in Intune? The right answer is device compliance policy.
In this section, we are going to go through information protection and governance review questions. This is module 9.
Let's look at the first question. When using Microsoft 365 sensitivity labels, a single item of content can have which of the following labels applied? Select 2. The right answers are a retention label and a single sensitivity label. Question number 2. Watermarks applied through sensitivity labels are limited to how many characters? The right answer is 255. Let's look at question number 3. Which of the following is not a capability of sensitivity labels? The right answer is data retention. Let's look at question number 4. Which of the following can be accomplished with a sensitivity label policy? The right answers are apply a default label, determine which users and groups see the labels. And the last answer is require justification for changing a label. Let's look at question number 5. Which exchange feature enables users to have an archive mailbox and move or copy messages between their primary mailbox and their archive mailbox? The correct answer is in-place archiving. Question number 6. The Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) Rule 17A-4 requires that after a retention policy is turned on, it cannot be turned off or made less restrictive. If your organization needs to comply with this rule, what Office 365 feature can you use to meet this requirement? The correct answer is reservation lock. Question number 7. What is the first step that needs to be performed when configuring in-place records management in SharePoint? The right answer is activate in-place records management at the site collection level. Question number 8. You are the compliance administrator for Contoso Limited, and you want to activate in-place archiving for a greater number of users. What will happen to the mailbox object in the user mailboxes as soon as you activate the archiving mailbox? Correct answer is all elements older than 2 years will be moved to the archive mailbox. Question number 9. You are working as the compliance administrator for Contoso Limited, and you need to delegate permissions to your compliance management team to create retention policies. Which permissions do you need to assign to members of the team? The correct answer is compliance administrator. Question number 10. What happens to an archive mailbox if a user's primary mailbox is deleted? The right answer is it is disconnected from the user and deleted after 30 days. Let's look at question number 11. For a given message, when is the time period specified by a message retention policy determined? The correct answer is when the message is received.
In this section, we are going to go through module 10 knowledge check. Module 10 is about rights management and encryption.
Let's look at the first question. You are a security administrator at Contoso Limited, and you have been asked to encrypt all documents of a compliance related SharePoint site and restrict access to its document library to a single Azure AD group, to a single Azure AD security group. Which technology can you utilize to achieve your goal? The correct answer is information rights management. Question number 2. You are a security administrator for Contoso Limited and you want to introduce Office 365 message encryption in your company. Before you can plan and start a project, you need to convince your boss about the advantages about using OME. What are the key features of Office 365 message encryption? And you need to select two answers. The correct answers are sending an encrypted email from Outlook, Outlook on web, and through mail flow rules without the need for personal certificate for every user. Second answer is apply permissions to emails such as do not forward protection. Let's have a look at the question number 3. Office 365 provides which of the following encryption options for data in transit and data at rest? You need to select 4 answers. The answers are information rights management, secure multi-purpose internet mail extension, transport layer security, and Office 365 message encryption. Question number 4. What are the two main purposes of secure multi-purpose internet mail extension, or known as S- or S/MIME? You need to select 2 answers. Correct answers are ensuring that a message in the recipient's inbox is the exact message that started with the sender, and ensuring that a message came from the specific sender and not from someone pretending to be the sender.
In this section, we are going to go through Module 11 Knowledge Check. Module 11 is data loss prevention.
Let's look at the first question. Which Microsoft 365 feature help protect sensitive information being shared in content stored in SharePoint Online document libraries while educating users about an organization's compliance requirements? The correct answer is data loss prevention, or DLP. Question number 2. You are a security and compliance administrator for Contoso Limited, and you need to create a custom DLP policy that blocks access to content and informs the compliance team about greater DLP violations. What do you configure and where? The correct answer is you need to edit the actions of the high rule of a policy. Question number 3. Fill in the blank. Before you can use a Windows Server FCI property in a DLP policy, you need to create a. The right answer is managed property. Question number 4. You are a security and compliance administrator for Contoso Limited, and you need to implement a DLP policy that searches for a predefined classification property from your FCI. Where do you need to configure the managed property and map it to the crawl property from an already uploaded document? The right answer is SharePoint. Question number 5. If multiple rules match to content that a DLP policy is investigating, which rule will be enforced? The right answer is rule with the highest priority. Let's look at the last question. You can use DLP reports to view dash submitted by users when they want to override a policy tip warning of a matching DLP policy. The correct answer is justifications.
In this section, we are going to go through compliance management review questions.
Let's have a look at the first question. You are working as a security and compliance administrator for Contoso Limited, which provides financial rating services and other investment services. Contoso ratings and investment departments have a history of communicating with each other, which has resulted in legal and regulatory issues. To prevent this from occurring in the future, what do you need to implement? The correct answer is ethical wall. Question number 2. Microsoft Service Trust Portal is a website that provides a variety of tools such as Dash, as well as content and other resources about Microsoft security, privacy, and compliance practices. The correct answer is Compliance Manager. Which of the following is not a user permission that would allow a user access to the Microsoft 365 Compliance Center? The correct answer is Security Administrator. Let's look at question number 4. Which of the following best describes how your organization's overall compliance score is calculated in Microsoft 365? The right answer is the sum of your assessment scores. Question number 5. Which of the following are types of controls that comprise of compliance score in Microsoft 365? You need to select two answers. The correct answers are Microsoft Managed Controls and Customer Managed Controls.
In this section, we're going to go through insider risk management review questions.
Let's look at the first question. Which of the following are not insider risk management policy templates? Select two. The correct answers are existing employee object pilfering and offensive websites. Question number 2. Which of the following must be enabled prior to using insider risk management? The correct answer is Office 365 Audit Log. Question number 3. Which of the following is true about insider risk cases? The correct answer is cases are manually created from alerts in the situations where further action is needed to address a compliance related issue for an employee. Question number 4. Which of the following does communications compliance not integrate with? The correct answer is Skype for Business Server 2019.
This is the last section. In this section, we are going to go through discover and respond review questions. This is module 14.
Let's look at the first question. You're working as a security and compliance administrator for Contoso Limited, and you need to perform several data searches for keywords across all locations in your organization. In total, you need to search 2,000 mailboxes and 1,000 SharePoint sites. And how many content searches from Microsoft 365 Compliance Center do you need to create to finish your search across all locations? The correct answer is 1 content search. Question number 2. Membership in which role group is required to perform searches with content search and view the results? The correct answer is e-discovery manager. Let's look at question number 3. What is the first step you need to perform to start an audit log search in the Microsoft 365 Compliance Center? The correct answer is turn on audit log search. Question number 4. You are a security and compliance administrator for Contoso Limited. Some users are reporting that items in their mailboxes are missing from time to time. What should you do to track these items in users' mailboxes? The correct answer is activate auditing for the affected mailboxes in the Exchange Admin Center. Let's look at question number 5. What do you need to do first before you can analyze case data in advanced e-discovery? The right answer is set up a case in Microsoft 365 Compliance Center. I wish you all the very best for your examination and thank you for taking time and initiative to learn this course.